Let me tell you a story. Ethnically, I'm a Korean. I come from that overpacked little half of a country that is slightly to the left of Japan and kisses the northern eastern side of China. But I identify as a second generation Korean American. Period. I can't even speak Korean fluently because I lived in America until I was 12. But it's coming along. When I moved across the world to live in South Korea in 2012, I took zero prior knowledge of the country with me. Sometimes I forgot which of the two Koreas I was moving to. But despite this lack of knowledge of my ethnicity, it's probably ironic to know that my whole family is Korean. I ate the food, listened in on incomprehensible chatter, and occasionally watched a Korean drama or two. But Korea wasn't significant to me, nor did it really define who I was. What was so special about it? I think that after 5 years of living in this country, I've come to realize that the word Korea carries so much more weight throughout my life than I'd ever cared to realize before. And how did I come to realize this? I heard about a story. All right, here we go. You might be surprised to know that this story begins in 1945 after the end of World War II. Korea was being occupied by Japan. The American Army and the Soviet Union had combined forces to free the Korean people from close to 40 years of severe oppression. Both military superpowers decided to temporarily divide Korea into two parts at the 38th parallel. The US occupied the south side while the Soviets took over the north. The Russian Soviets convinced the leaders of the north side of Korea that communism was the only form of leadership. They elected Kim Il-sung, a Soviet-trained leader, as chairman. He strategized and planned with Russian and Chinese allies, and he was determined to reunify the country under communist control. And as a result, the North turned against their southern counterparts and invaded south of the 38th parallel on June 25, 1950. And this is also where the story becomes personal to me. 이분이 제 할아버지예요. This is my grandfather.
Ready? 내 이름은 이영주.
He and his family came to America in 1983 to raise their children. My grandfather doesn't have any pictures of himself before middle school. He lived with his mother, father, brother, and 3 sisters. He doesn't have any pictures of them either.
안녕하세요. 저는 혜인이 할아버지예요. 노미 할아버지요. 지금은 38 휴전선 이북에 있는 38선 있을 당시에 황해도 연백군 유곡면 영성리 홍연이라는 곳에서 출생했습니다.
몇 년도에?
1939년 8월 20일 그곳에서 태어났죠.
북한으로 떠났을 때 나이가 어떻게 되셨어요?
제가 한국을 향해서 휴전선을 넘어올 때 내 나이는 12살 된 해였습니다. 당시 겨울이었고 11월 20일경이었습니다. 어렸지만 당시에 2월 25일 북한 공산군이 남침하면서 저는 피난을 나오려고 부두까지 나왔지만 배가 없어서 남아하지 못하고 저희 아버지 혼자 남아하게 되었습니다. 당시도 겨울이었죠. 일사후퇴 때였으니까요.
혼자 내려오셨는데 어떤 과정을 거쳐서 혼자 내려오셨나요?
휴전 임박해서 혼자서 몰래 안내자를 따라서 남아하는 이웃 식구들을 따라서 아버지를 만나기 위해 고향인 연백 홍연을 떠나서 밤 11시쯤에 출발해가지고 봉이감이라는 곳을 통해서 밤에 개포를 빠져나와 새벽 2시경 교동이라는 곳에 있는 초소에서 보내준 쪽배를 타고 강화군 교동면에 도착했죠. 11월 말경이었습니다. 교동에 도착했을 때 너무 추웠고 발에 동상이 걸렸습니다. 그곳에서 아는 친지들을 만났고 그분들의 안내를 받아서 15일 만에 교동을 떠나 강화도를 거쳐서 강화도에서 새벽 6시에 출발하는 갑제호라는 배를 타고 인천 만석동이라는 부두에 도착했을 때 비가 부슬부슬 내렸죠. 갈 바를 몰랐습니다. 비가 내리는 만석동에 오후 3시 반쯤 도착했죠.
누구한테 얘기하는 거냐 지금부터?
바지 겨울이어서 손바지 저고리를 새로 지어서 입고 떠났는데 그 개포를 걸어 나오는 동안에 온통 그 바다 흙이 온몸에 온 옷을 다 묻혀가지고 옷이 한 올도 보이지 않을 정도로 뭉개졌죠. 그걸 그대로 털어서 입었는데 까만색이었는데 밤에 출발을 하려니까 검은색이었어야 했기 때문에 인천항에 도착했을 때 옷 색깔은 완전히 바다 갯벌 흑색으로 변해 있었죠. 그때 폭격으로 팔에 부상을 입어서 팔을 들러미인 채 파편을 맞아서 왼쪽 팔을 들러미고 그렇게 탈출을 했습니다.
엄마하고 어머니하고 동생이 두고 나오시는 그 느낌은 어땠어요?
인천에 도착하는 순간까지 아버지를 어떻게 찾아야 하나 걱정 때문에 고향에 계신 어머니, 너희 동생들 생각을 전혀 못했습니다. 그리고 그 피난민 연락소에 도착해서 찾았죠. 많이 고생했어요. 밤에 날이 어두워 가는데 그 집을 찾았더니 그때 제 친구 아버지가 제 면장으로 있었기 때문에 그때 그 연락소 안에 제 친구와 그 가족들 그리고 저희 사촌 누님 친척 되는 분들이 그곳에 같이 기거하고 있었습니다. 3일을 굶었으니까 엄청 기운도 빠져서 기진맥진해 있었고 긴장이 풀리니까 배가 몹시 고팠습니다. 어머니 친구분이 하는 빵집이 있다고 그래서 거길 찾아갔어요. 근데 그분이 너무 반가워하면서 그날로 인천에 도착한 날로 밤에 아버지를 만날 수가 있었습니다. 그래서 밤에 들어가서 아버지를 만났는데 아버지가 제 초라한 모습을 보시고 저를 알아보지 못했습니다. 그 작은 어머니 그분이 제 아명이 덕식이었는데 마루에 앉아있는 애가 덕식이라고 만나서 포옹하고 너무 반가웠는데 그날 저녁에 아버지하고 옆에 붙어서 자려고 잠자리 들었을 때 비로소 고향에 두고 온 가족들이 생각이 나고
While refugees ran from the north to the south during the war, the current U.S. President Harry Truman deployed American air and water support to the south side of Korea. General MacArthur, a U.S. commander, conducted a genius attack against the North Korean soldiers and created a path for the American Army's victory over the Communists. However, China sent in troops to North Korea, daring the U.S. to cross the 38th parallel border. An armistice was signed on July 27, 1953, and ever since then the war has been ongoing. Even until present day, the North and South are still at odds. And because of this, families that were separated at the time were never able to see each other again.
어머니가 너무 보고 싶고 그때부터 피난민 생활이 시작됐고 가는 곳마다 인천 시내로 다 폭탄을 맞아서 폭격을 맞고 부서진 황량한 벌판 같았습니다.
이거요?
My country. North Korea land here. Wishing my country. My mom and daddy and grandpa, grandmoms. Remembering. Yeah. Homesick, missing.
The Korean War never ended. My grandfather met my grandmother, began to raise a family, and decided to move to the United States in 1983 because there was more opportunity for his family there. Many years later, no one ever thought that the same reason would bring my immediate family back full circle to the country that he had left years ago. life has become infinitely better in Korea after the war and actually offered better opportunities for my family. But no one knows about Korea's shocking recovery from over years of brutality and war. In the aftermath, the Korean War was coined the Forgotten War because no one really remembers it and no one really talks about it. The Forgotten War isn't significant to anyone, let alone myself. But through this story, suddenly I saw a depth within the country's history that I'd never considered before. I know that I am most likely not the only one with a story like this that has the capability to make what was forgotten or ignored, remembered, and restored. But I am one of the only ones who has it recorded down in a way that people today can comprehend and relate to. So here's where I tell you what the end of this story looks like because it hasn't come to a close just yet. I hope that the bookend of this story is completed when as many stories as possible have been delivered and collected in a place where they will be never forgotten or ignored again. These tales of tragedy and momentous change in a crucial point of forgotten history are so important to remember. So let's make these points in history become significant to not only you, yourself, but everyone around you. I'm proud to say now that I am 2 parts a person, 1 part of a melting pot, and another part of a risen and reformed people. Both are equally significant to me, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. Period.